4 years. 4 years I've had this 80cc. It's actually not meant for a mountain bike, but I put it on instead, and it still lasted me all this time. I actually been driving it up till today, when the chain just like kept falling off, and I'm just tired of always fixing it. It's so high maintenance. The chain tensioner was actually too short, and it was still really loose and it would always fall off, and when I tightened it, then it would be too tight and the chain tensioner wouldn't even move. And there's no way to adjust the wheel because it was a mountain bike. So I really had no other choice than to just give it up. This thing will withstand a lot of abuse. I'm talking like driving through rivers, hitting curbs, going through the rain, all that. It's a really small engine, but it's really strong. Now, over the years, I've had several problems. The first one being when I was actually going on a trip to another town on that bike, the chain actually fell off and ripped part of the engine off. It's because there was nowhere to screw in a screw, so I had to use a U-bolt. The carburetor would not fit because the frame was so small. I'm not sure what it's called, but I bought a piece of metal, and it made the carburetor so it went out to the side rather than it being actually below. Another serious problem that I've always had was the spokes would always break and the wheel would bend. And I've gone through, I think, 2 wheels already, and it's just been so troublesome for me. The spokes just can't handle it sometimes because there's so much force being put onto them sometimes that they're eventually gonna break and the wheel's gonna bend or something. Actually, more recently, I was driving my bike and the spark plug literally flew out of the bike while I was driving. The thing that was supposed to hold the spark plug in place actually melted off, so I had to build my own piece for that. My throttle cable's destroyed, but it still works. My clutch handle actually broke off while I was biking really early on. I just replaced it with another bicycle brake, and that worked fine, but I couldn't hold it in place, which kind of gave me problems. So, although it's been through a lot and I probably could fix it, I think it's time to retire this bike and just take the engine off and maybe put it on another bicycle. So, after 4 years, it's finally time to take this engine off.
Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Working so hard like a soldier, can't afford a thing on TV. Deep in my heart I abhor ya, can't get food for the kid. Good God, we're gonna rock Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh Lord, we're gonna rock Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Who is to blame in what country? Never can get to the one. Dealing in multiplication, and they still can't feed everyone. Oh no, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh no, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue.